This totally real song that I'm working on, definitely not one that I'm making for the video, sounds pretty dope. But I think it's missing some wubs. I think I'm gonna eat some peaches for nourishment to think of some cool wubs. Let's eat some peaches, There's nothing left. Wait a second. That's it. What if the peaches are the wubs? Okay, so I recorded a bunch of cup scraping sounds and put it into FL Studio. And I took a small part of it and made this. Wow, how did I hit the dubstep button and make that, you ask? So step by step what I did was I got a gate to get rid of some unnecessary noises. You can't really hear the noise that it's cutting out because it's not heavily compressed yet, but when it is, it makes a difference. And Serum Effects is like the big daddy that gets all the good stuff going. So how this is working is I have a note latch on, so I have a MIDI thingamabob with MIDI out routed to port 2, and so Serum Effects in port 2, input port 2, whenever audio is played, it'll sync up to the MIDI note. And I have an LFO changing some stuff on here that makes it all comb filter-ish / phaser-ish. So now we get this. With the EQ, I'm just getting rid of some annoying frequencies that overtake most of the sound and boosting the highs. This all makes sense when everything is turned on, so honestly I'm just going to turn everything on. Most of this stuff is just saturation, but what's really important is Vocodex. So here's the sound before Vocodex. Wow, doesn't that sound pleasing to the ear? So we turn Vocodex on, which gets rid of a lot of annoying frequencies, and this happens. And Vocodex is fun because you can mess it up and everything, and it turns into a different sound. Wow, that sounds pretty cool. And so going back to what I was talking about earlier, this EQ gets rid of a harsh frequency that you can now hear. So let's hear it without the EQ. Wow, that does not sound good. So we turn that on. Yeah, it sounds Gucci Gang approved. And so with the gate, without it on now that the sound is super duper compressed, we hear a bunch of artifacts that don't sound that great. But yeah, with it on, you would think that I start the process from top to bottom with the plugins, but mostly what I did is Vocodex and Serum Effects first, and then built around that. So I would use the gate to get rid of some noises and do like cleanup, I guess you would call it, like cleaning up the audio. So I made another project basically doing the same thing, but I changed around some stuff in Serum and Vocodex. So before in Serum we would have a filter and some comb stuff going on. But with this one, I have a distortion that's not actually distorting. What it's doing is it's a volume fader, just changing it from 100% volume to 0 pretty much. So using the shaper on A, we have just the normal undistorted sound, and with B, we have no sound at all. And just with the other one, note latch is on with that MIDI note, so whenever sound plays, it'll sync up to the sound going from 100 to 0. And when it's at 100, it's playing, and 0, it's not playing. So where most of the sound comes from is this delay, which sounds like rhythm. And the other half of the sound is again through Vocodex, but with different settings. And another important thing to note is that the pitch shift of Vocodex is being modulated with these automation clips in the project, so it sounds a little different. So let's hear what it sounds like. So yeah, it's less phasey and more growly. And as you'll see, the delay really makes a difference. So I'll play it without delay and then with it, and you can see that it really does a lot of work. And here's another project, but the only difference is that I turned the pitch up on the original scraping sample. And the important thing about the way I pitched it up is that under modes, E2 mono gives you some weird results when you pitch it up or down by at least 12. And so with this project, not only did I not use Serum, I also didn't pitch it. Most of the sound comes from Vocodex, which is just the same thing as last time. And so the main idea here is that I just have a big old file that I have no idea what's going on, and I just make random movements in the Vocodex pattern that I made, and something cool usually turns out. And so if I just play this file, you can already see pretty much by accident with all these random movements. That could be usable for something. And so, I don't know, move everything around, maybe something cool will happen, I don't know. And then you can just save whatever is cool and use it in your project. I'll put the raw sample of me scraping a can in the description, as well as some other sounds I made like growls and weird stuff for you to download as well. If this helps you out, make sure to give it a like. If you want more sample packs and stuff, or if you like my music, subscribe and comment what I should do next. Catch you guys later.